So this weekend we did a little bit of field work. We wanted to see multiple trucks, so we ended up going to three and a tent at the Sunday Farmers Market. We didn't want to be on campus because we assumed it would be a popular location and everyone would be flocking the trucks behind HW2. So basing it off Yelp, we went to three trucks based on their profiles and their locations. We connected with one owner and we're hoping that he's going to let us follow him around later this week. After seeing all of the food trucks, some general things that we want to follow up about or just find out more about are the food waste that's produced by these trucks and how they manage it, more about the owners and their cultural background, and the laws that are around food trucks like permitting or food safety.
All right, so the first truck we went to was called Namaste Nepal, and we talked to the owner named Deepak, and he's from Nepal. He's owned the truck for about 1.5 years with a partner. It's on the land of Shell gas station with a permit that is $2K a month. 70% to 80% of his clients are from Nepal or they're Indian, so there's definitely a cultural component there, as well as all the workers are family or friends. Getting a permit for the location was very difficult. He said, I suffered a lot, I did research, I went everywhere, talked to the owners, and finally got this spot. But it really sounded like it was the only spot he was aware of, and really didn't have much say in where to go. Another interesting aspect of this was that he has a San Jose commercial rental kitchen where he takes food to and from the truck every day, has a giant space for just hygiene, so like waste disposal and cleaning, as well as cooking the actual food and freezing the food. So it's very important for hygiene. A night shift person has to bring more food. For the night shift, he'll close it up and he'll bring all the food back, dump the grease, etc. As well as we talked to a customer who was from Nepal. He goes there every Friday. So there's definitely that cultural component there and a lot there to be unpacked. And then as a whole, I'd just say the general sentiment was that it was a hard lifestyle. He went to bed at 2 or 3 a.m., woke up at 9, and has just been grinding to hopefully expand his business in the future.
So the next food truck we went to was called Super Tacos El Conro, and we actually tried their tacos and they're really good. But the only thing we noticed was the employees were a little bit sussed out about us because we asked to speak with someone briefly, but again, we arrived at a busy time, so it might have been partly that. They sent me like an employee to talk to me who had been there for 2 weeks, and we spoke in Spanish because he said his English wasn't very good. He told me that they've been open for like 6 years. They're an extension of a restaurant nearby, but he was kind of going on his lunch break and he didn't seem too eager to talk. So it also might be hard to get closer to the people working there in the future because they seem a little bit hesitant to share information.
And then the last food truck we went to is called Mamacita's Tacos. We were able to talk to Phil, who wasn't the owner, but an employee and a close family friend of the owner of the food truck. Based off of the entire conversation we had with him, it seemed like it was a well-run food truck. It had been open for over 22 years, part of a restaurant, and had 4 other food trucks in nearby areas. He mentioned that they got their supply of meat from local farmers that was either delivered directly to their house or they picked it up. Something that was interesting and sparked our interest in laws around food trucks was when we asked them about bathroom usage during breaks as well as where they parked the food truck overnight, he replied with, "This is non-disclosable information," which, again, sparked our interest. Overall, he seemed really happy with his job. He said he doesn't feel like there was too much burden on him. And one more interesting thing is, unlike the first truck, he mentioned that they don't use a rental kitchen. They just collect all the oil and they dump it somewhere. So that's also something we would like to dig in further about whether rental kitchens are a necessity or not.